Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about chapter. We are going to continue with our previous chapter that we are discussing about, which was chapter number 1 of civics portion. And in that chapter, we were going through the rural local self government. And in this chapter, we learned about how the government system is divided into three important organs. That is the local self government, then the state government, then the central government. And then in this chapter we were discussing about the local self government that exists in the rural areas, which has again different parts or levels of governance system, in which number one was the existence of the panchayat raj system at the lower level, which existed in the village, that controlling the governance of the village system. Panchayat raj system was established at the lower or the root levels of the states. Now the second part is the panchayat samitis. Now these panchayat samitis were the group of different panchayats that formed a samiti, and in this samiti took care of the important problems of the villages in a smaller groups. Now today we are going to discuss about the blocks, the block samitis. And block is nothing but it consists most probably a group of villages together, where most probably 100 villages are clubbed together or combined together to make a block. Now these blocks were most probably made to solve those problems which was not able to be taken care in the village levels or the village panchayats. So the larger extent of the problems were taken care by the block samitis. So these blocks were made. And in this regard, most of the villages of nearby areas of a particular block were brought together in one particular jurisdiction, and this block's duty was to take care of the problems of these individual villages which they were unable to solve it. There were other higher works that were to be taken care, which was not most probably possible by the village panchayats. Those works were taken by the block samitis. Now the next is, in this topic only, that we are going to learn about the composition, the total composition of the block. Now what was the total composition of the block samiti? Now here it is found that in each and every village had an sarpanch, or the head of the village. Now this head of the village or the sarpanches were important people who were the members of this panchayat system or the block samitis. The next is about the chairperson. The chairperson was also the member of the block samitis. Then you have the MLAs, that is a member of parliament, and the state legislative members. Those were also the important members of the block samitis. Then certain reserved seats were also kept for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes. And 1/3 of the seats were also reserved for the women part. So these are the important people who constitutes the members of membership of the block samitis. That is, the composition of the block samitis are included by all these people, those that I named here now. Now the function of block samiti is to most probably supervise the working of the village panchayats, like what kind of work the village panchayats are doing and what are their responsibilities. Are these responsibilities being taken care properly or not, or whether these people are provided with sufficient funds for which they are having any problems, or for the road. And these are the link. Block samitis are considered to be a link between the state government and the village panchayats. All the important resources that are given by the state government for the benefits of the development of the villages are being taken care by the block samitis, and through the block samitis it is given to the village panchayats. So most probably the development process are being done, and due to which block development offices are being made in various different places, so that these development processes or these development progresses can be watched and supervised in a better way. Now various important facilities that are required, like supply of electricity, supply of water, and construction of roads, all these are being processed mainly by the block samitis for the villages. and providing a link between the state government. So these were important things that are the important responsibilities of the block samitis. Now the next is about the district. As per the hierarchy, the district level or the Jila Parishad is considered to be the most highest part of the local rural self-government system. Now here we are going to learn about the what constitutes or what does this mean. Jila Parishad. Jila Parishad means a district, a whole combination of various blocks. Now as blocks I told, various combination of various villages. Now district or Jila Parishad is the combination of various blocks into one, and these blocks are being supervised by this Jila Parishad, seeing the whole district workings. Now, what is the composition? Now, this composition is like the chairperson of the block, the chairperson who is sitting in each and every blocks. Those chairperson are the members of the Jila Parishad. Secondly, the members of the state legislative assemblies and state legislative council. Both of these are the members. Then you have MPs, that is member of parliament. Then you have MLAs, that is member of legislative assemblies. And then certain seats are there for SCs and then STs, scheduled caste and other backward classes also. And 1/3 of the total seats that are there are also reserved for the women class of people. So almost a similar kind of composition we will find, but here it all depends, the composition of block samiti all depends upon the existence of the village panchayat. The heads of the village panchayats become the members and MLAs, MPs. Then you have important people such as the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and other backward classes. Here also scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and other backward classes people are there. Women's are given 1/3 of the seats are reserved for the women. But here one more important people in the Jila Parishad are included are the judges, the district judges or the district police officer. These two important people are also considered to be the members or bring about the composition of the membership of the district or the Jila Parishad. Now function is simple. Jila Parishad takes care of or supervises the blocks. Whatever blocks are there, they supervise the working of the blocks. They advise important details that are there. Now these advices are being provided through as a link between the state government and the block through Jila Parishad. So whatever recommendation or advices that is required to be given to this block are being given by the Jila Parishad, and whatever fundings or whatever requirement for whatever things that are required for development of the villages and at the block levels, those things are being provided by the Jila Parishad through the state government. And it also has a special functioning in regarding to monitoring the agricultural development. As it is to be known that agricultural plays a very important part in Indian economy. So it becomes at the root level, it becomes the sole responsibility of the Jila Parishad to take care about or to monitor the agricultural development of a block. Okay, and this development only precisely brings about other uniform changes or requirements that comes across. Now the next is about building a secondary schools. Now primary and educational institutes are being also done or made, which is the sole responsibility again of the Jila Parishad, providing better hospitals and high equipped hospitals at the block levels so that the villages around it can be kept healthy and their medical facilities could be provided. So these are important responsibilities or functions of the Jila Parishad that they need to do. Now we all know that Panchayat Raj system is a very important or prominent, and the other factors that are related to the rural development of the rural areas, the governance system is very much important because the root level is very much in every part. The root level is important. Like to grow a plant, as root E plays a very important role, which provides all the important necessary requirements Same way, Panchayat Raj system is also one of the root levels of the governance system, which is very importantly to be established, or it is very important to be established in a proper way, in a significant way, and given equal importance, so that the people at the root level, that village level, if they develop, automatically we will find the whole economical condition also developing. And with this, people will become more and more self-sufficient, self-determined, and complete their own responsibilities and work as provided by the government. The more facilities or help given by the government to them, the more development we can see in our economy. So that is why this rural self-government is very much important at the root level to see good developed economical status of a particular country. Now, let us briefly go back through a chart that I'm going to show you, that is there on the back here. This chart I'm going to explain you about how the structure, or exactly how the structure of the rural local self-government works. I'll just a little bit zoom it to so that each and everyone you can see it in a proper way. Now, hope it is visible now. Now, see that we have learned in this chapter what we have gone through. We have learned about the rural local self-government, where we had understood about what is the meaning or the importance of the rural local self-government. It is for the village or the development of the villages. Then we studied about various categories of, or the levels of government system, that is divided into. It is three important parts. One is the panchayat, then we have the state government, then we have the central government. Then the third one, that the main related chapter topic was regarding to the panchayat system, which is again divided into three important parts. That is the gram panchayat, the block samiti, that is the panchayat samiti, and the jila parishad or the district level government. Again, this panchayat or the gram panchayat is again further divided into three important parts. One is the gram sabha. This gram sabha is the combination of various villages within itself. Then we have gram panchayat is the individual gram panchayat or the village panchayat system. Then you have the nyaya panchayat. This is the, you can see as you can consider that as a small court of the village, where they only see petty cases that I explained you. Small cases up to a fine of 100 rupees maybe can be taken care, but no imprisonment can be given by the panchayat, nyaya panchayat that is established. Now at the block samiti level, it is stated that it consists mostly of combination of 100 villages that now we have discussed, and it most probably solves those problems which are difficult to be solved at a village levels. And who are the members? The sarpanches of the individual villages, then the MP, that is member of parliament, then the MLA, that is member of legislative assembly, then the block development officer, and then SCs and STs are also important members of it, and the women of 1/3 women reserved seats are kept for the as members of the block samiti. Then coming here to the jila parishad, which is regarding to the district level government on the local rural part, rural government. Now here in the district level, it most probably takes care of, what we learned is that we takes care about the problems that is faced by or the problems or the supervisory activities are being done by them in regarding to the block levels. They only undertake the block level problems of each and every different individual blocks are clubbed together and under this jila parishad or the district level government, where we find various different important functions are there, which we have seen they give importance to agricultural development, hospitalization, education, then supervisory function of the rural block samitis, and then important facilities that is in regarding to health and care. So these are the important things that are being seen by the district level of the Jila Parishad. And the members of this are here as follows: the chairperson of the block sabha, then MPs and MLAs that are there of the particular blocks, then district collector. District collector is one of the important composition of it. Then we just learned about the district judges who are there. Then one and the district police officer is also one of the important members. Then we have one third of the women seats. The total number of seats, among the total number of seats, one third are reserved for the women. Then we have scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and OBC who form the composition of this Jila Parishad. So this is the structural chart. I want student, everyone to please note it down, this particular chart that I have mentioned here, which is there in your book as well. If you have books, those who have bought books, you can see in your books at the last page of this particular chapter, you will find this chart. I want you to construct this chart, study it properly, and it will give you a precise or small detailed picture about what this particular chapter is talking about. So this is all about this chapter where we learned about the local rural self-government, and I hope that most of the students are taking online classes and this form of classes, whatever subjects are there, seriously, and making full utilization of it. The notes and other details will be provided you today itself, and hope you complete all your notes and all your important writing works, so that you won't face any kind of problem in regarding to your upcoming times in regarding to your studies. Thank you very much. Have a good day.